You look as if no time has passed.
My darling.
It was a peaceful night. A night where the silence could almost be cut with a knife. Moonlight chasing the shadows into the corners of the room, imprisoning them in a chamber of light. We live in a cottage just outside of Windermere. I was always on for the hustle and bustle of the city, but she was always one for the fresh air of the country. And I would do anything for her.
Edgar, darling, I don't wish to speak too soon, but I think Lucy's finally fallen asleep. I'm going to go and put her to bed. Look at her. We made that. She is beautiful.
So she takes that from you.
She is beautiful. She is beautiful. She is beautiful.
Joanna? Love is a strange force, as if you are the puppet and love is the puppeteer, with a string attached directly to your heart. Joanna always wanted our daughter to be brought up surrounded by nature, so that she could embrace her adventurous side, so that Lucy could run through the woods and swing through the trees.
Edgar, darling, I don't wish to speak too soon, but I think Lucy's finally fallen asleep. I'm going to go and put her to bed. Look at her. We made that. She's so beautiful.
She is.
Whatever's the matter? How's your writing going? Have you managed to finish your story yet?
I have. I have now finished 2 books. 2 books with the name Poe across the cover. Our name. Our lives were perfect. Or as perfect as they could be. I love you.
I love you too.
Lies.
No. This is how our lives were.
Lies.
No, please, these memories are all I have.
Truth.
Joanna, will you please make your child be quiet? I am trying to write.
My child? My child? I thought that she was supposed to be our child. But who is the one to put her to bed? Who is the one to change her when she needs changing? Who is the one to feed her when she needs to be fed?
And who is the one trying to make a living to enable you to live in such a place as this?
A living? Don't make me laugh. You haven't written anything which could be considered work in over a year.
Well, if you think like that, why don't you just leave?
Maybe I will do just that. There is a letter on your desk, husband. I think perhaps you should read it.
Dear Mr. Poe, I am writing to regret to inform you that the loan you had previously taken out in our bank for your home has not been repaid in the correct time period. Therefore, we, the bank, have been left with no other option but to repossess the house and any possessions required to meet the criteria of the loan within the next few days. If you wish to discuss the matter further with us, then our bank will be open regular hours from the beginning of next week. You, Mr. Poe, have failed your family. Think of your wife and child. You promised them a life in the country, a happy life.
Didn't say
a
this.
happy life where Lucy could grow older, you could write, and Joanna could live out her life in peace and quiet.
I didn't say
Your
this.
inadequacy as a writer has forced your family out of home to live on the streets as beggars. Is this the life you imagine for them? I think not. You are a disgrace, Mr. Poe, and the world would be a much better place without you in it. Yours sincerely, Mr. White.
I'm a disgrace. They deserve better than me. They both did. I tried to help them. You have to believe me. I tried to help them. That was when I heard it. A tapping. A tapping at my door. I peered out into the darkness, wondering, fearing what the tapping may have been, but nothing. There was nothing there. Only my wife asleep and my daughter fast in the adjoining room. A raven stood there, nothing more. What is your name? What is your name?
Nevermore.
And there it stood, and remained in my study. Not another word spoken. I called my wife in to see the raven. The raven which I could only call by the name it provided me with. Nevermore.
Nevermore.
But she could not. Only I could see it. I sent her back to see to our child and then go back to bed. I thought I was going mad. I asked him why he was here, why only I could see it, but he replied with only one answer.
Nevermore.
Then the whispers began. Speaking. Speaking to me. Speaking truth. Told me. Told me the horrors of this world. Of the pain and suffering that have plagued this earth since time began. Since Adam and Eve stole the apple from the garden. Told me how the rich grow richer. Why the poor starve on the streets. Babes get taken from their parents. Wars rage between brothers. God had forgotten his creation. Or maybe he turned his back on what we had become. I knew this only too well. In weeks, days, my family would be thrown out into the harsh world with nowhere to call home. But they told me of another place, another world, a world just like this one, made for those who are pure and innocent, innocent like my wife and child. It told me what I had to do. They deserve better than this world. They both did. This was for their own good. I love you. It was remarkable. Even then it continued to beat.